arm circles going. Okay. If anyone needs to let me know of any new injuries, I know Scott's just let me know about his ankle, but if anyone's got any new injuries that you haven't notified me about before or recently or since we last trained, just post them in the chat box. You can send it as a private message if you don't want everyone seeing it. All right, just 10 arm circles each way, then into your diagonal flies for me. Okay. But I know you guys are very good. You make me aware quite soon on, so we put notes straight on the system. Okay, and then once we've done the 10 either way of those, 10 into your straight fly, so like into your T-shapes. All right, so into a T-shape movement for me. That's it, just opening up the chest, getting in some blood flow. Good work, guys, brilliant. Okay, right, from there, what we want to do then is I want you to go into hip shoulder rolls. So rolling the shoulders like this, forwards and back. So 10 forwards, so you're raising them up and shrugging them. Okay, so they're getting full range of movement. And then I want you to reverse them too, going backwards. Okay, we're just getting everything fired up. Okay, and then we'll start drilling on the stuff for the hips. Okay, good. Once we've done those then, 10 hip circles one way. Okay, 10 hip circles reverse. If you want to go one way and then reverse it the other, that's fine. I'm not cool with that. Just make sure we're going both ways, okay? Because the whole point is to try and mobilize everything and get it ready for the movement. It's the whole point in what we're doing, okay? Good. Once we've done that then, guys, next step then is to put hand on wall or on a solid surface, okay? And what we want to do is the leg swings. We're just going to gently kick back and forth. And I want you to focus on squeezing your bum as you're kicking back. Just make sure there's nothing in your way that you're going to kick, okay, and injure yourself. Okay, just loosen them hips off. Whether you're holding a wall, a stable bench, chair, whatever, just kick back, squeeze the bum, about 10 or so times. And then I want you to do the same on the opposite side as well for me. Okay, like I say, we're just mobilizing everything, getting it awake. Okay, so once you've done the other side, once we've done that, I want you to do 10 kickouts to the side as well. So side kickouts, okay. Again, just firing up the muscles around the hip joint. 10 one side, 10 the other. You might not need to hold anything if you've got great balance. Okay, fantastic. Excellent work, good, well done. Okay. Once we've done those ones then, guys, next one up, okay, feet apart like we're doing, like going to go about shoulder width. So like a bit like we're going to do squat, or a bit over shoulder width if you wish. Okay, what I'd like you to do then is just lean to one side gently, okay, and then lean to the other side. So we're bending the leg on the side we're leaning to, okay, and just pushing that bum back slightly. And we're just creating a nice little stretch down the inside of the thighs. Okay, just loosening everything off. Again. Okay. Good. Excellent. Okay, good. Okay, right. From there, we're just going to do some toe touch and reaches as well. All right, just to make sure everything is ready to go. So what I want you to do is just stand to the floor in the middle between your legs. Stand up tall, squeeze your bum back down, touch the left side toes, squeeze your bum, go back down again, touch your right toes up, squeeze your bum, then back to the middle. I want you to repeat that 3 times through for me. We're just trying to make sure that the hamstrings are getting fired up as well. That's it, good work team. Once you've done the 3 times through on them, okay, you can stop just there, all right, and then we'll get going on the exercises. Right, as I said, you've got a solid 5 minutes of work on this one, all right, so just do your very best. The aim isn't to rush through it, the aim is just to get through it at your pace, okay, and the aim is to get through it and do the best you can, all right. If you can get more in, fantastic. If not, no problem. All right, you're just going to keep going and keep going and keep going until I tell you time's up. All right, like I said, this is a big heart raiser. Okay, so very first up, guys, is going to be a squat. Okay, if you choose to chuck a weight in here, you can do. It's up to you. Okay, it's not forced. What you're going to do is you're going to squat down. Okay, keeping feet round hip to shoulder width apart. Squatting down to 90 degrees, drive up. You're going to then lunge forwards, taking your knees to 90 degrees, driving back off the front foot. Lunge forwards on the other leg, drive back. Okay, then you're going to squat down, walk out. Okay, and then you're going to do a press up, and then you're going to walk back in. Okay, and then just reset your feet, and then squat, lunge, lunge, walk out, press up. Now, when you're walking out, okay, if you need to drop onto your knees to do the press up, that's fine. Okay, likewise, if you don't want to do it going all the way to the floor, then if you're going to do the walkout, okay, just walk out with your hands touching your floor and then crawl them onto a sofa or chair and then do your press up and then come back up. Okay, walk your hands back in and then go from there. Okay, that's also cool too if you don't want to go off the floor. All right, so it's squat, lunge, lunge. Okay, walk out. If it's to a chair like I'm doing now, press up. Okay, walk back. Stand up and then squat and rinse and repeat continually. All right, until time's up. Is everyone clear on that? Yeah? Everyone good on that? Okay. Scott, just take your time with the lunges, mate. All right, just take your time with lunges. Okay, guys, I'm going to put the timer on. I'll talk you through it for the first couple of rounds just to make sure you're getting to grips with them all. Okay, just make sure you focus on good quality movement. If you want to add weights in for the squats and lunges, you can do. You just want to make this as fluid as possible. All right, timer's going on. I'll count you down in 3, 2, 1. Okay, squat first. Lunge, lunge. Walk out. Okay, press up. That's it. Walk back in. Squat, lunge, lunge. Okay, good. Okay, that's it. That's it, guys. Good. That's it. Keep going, VJ. So squat, lunge, lunge. That's it. Best you can. You don't have to go to full 90 degrees, guys. You can do a little bit less, okay? If you've got limited mobility or poorly knees, just go less on the lunges, all right? But just make sure when you're using the lunges, you're driving back with a force from the front foot, okay? So the power comes off that front foot to drive you back up. And make sure also with the lunges that you're keeping your feet at least hip width apart, okay? Because you'll lose your balance otherwise and you're prone to pulling stuff, all right? This is why I say reset your feet after you do the walkout and press up, because you'll find your feet will naturally be closer. Okay, guys? Good work so far. This is good. Good. Everyone looks like they're moving well. So that's good. Stay on the flats of your feet when you're doing your squats, okay? Good. That's it. Good, Ruth. Well done. That's it. Good. Try and make sure you reset your feet, guys, after you do the walk back in, after your press-ups, okay? Otherwise, you won't get the full range, okay? And you'll find you'll be all on your tippy toes and all sorts going on. All right? You won't squat as well. Set. Set. Good work. That's it, Ruth. Good. That's it, Scott. Good work, mate. Just try and keep those feet a bit wider for that squat if you can. Set. Good. Okay, good. Excellent, guys. Just keep going. I'll tell you when your time's up. All right. The aim is just to do as best you can. All I'm interested in you doing as much as you can do for yourself. Okay. Don't worry about anyone else. You're all at different paces and different levels with regards to fitness. All right. Good, Ruth. That's it. That's it. Good, guys. You're going to start to build up some lactic acid, all right? That's pretty normal at this point. So you can probably find you'll start getting burning legs more than anything, all right? That's normal. Just try and push through, okay? If you have to do your press-ups off your knees, that's also cool. Or off a sofa or a chair, that's fine too, all right? You need to make any of the exercises easier, then just do it, okay? It's not a problem. All right, you're just doing your best. Good work, Melanie. That's it, Amy. Nice, good. Good foot stance, good. That's it. Just careful, VJ. Just go down as low as comfortable, mate. That's it. Just try and keep those feet apart best you can. Good. Okay. That's it. Good, Matt. Nice. That's it. Keep your head up, Chris, when you're doing them press-ups, mate. Try not to let your head drop. Good work, VJ. Sit back, good. Keep going. Keep going, guys. Got just about a minute left or just under. All right. Like I said, this is the most taxing part in terms of heart rate elevation. Okay. And lactic acid build up. That's it, Becca. Good. Keep going, guys. Do your very best. Ten seconds or so left now. I'll count you down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest there. Good. Catch your breath. You might be a little bit sweaty now. That should be the case, okay? Right. Next phase is 3 exercises, okay? So get your water if you need to. I'll demonstrate while you're drinking some water or wiping your sweat off, whatever. Okay, next 3 are all floor-based, okay? Next 3 are all floor-based. So what you're going to do is you're going to lay on your back on the floor. Actually, let me just alter my camera fractionally because it won't catch me otherwise. Right. So what you're going to do, make sure you've got your dumbbell for this bit, okay, near you, somewhere close by, all right? So what you're going to do is if you've got a mini band, the little elastic bands, put them around your knees if you've got one. If you haven't, don't stress, don't worry, it's not needed. All right, I'm just telling you to put it on so it can help with better activation of the bum muscles. Okay, so with this one, there's 3 exercises. Literally, you're going to do 10 of each, okay? And I really want you just to focus on the control of the squeeze and the shortened range. So I'll give you an example of this. Is with this one, we're doing a glute bridge. So you're going to drive through the flats of your feet, pushing your bum up in the air, okay? I'm going to want you to squeeze for 2 seconds. Now, we're not trying to push the hips towards the ceiling. What we're trying to do is get the squeeze in the bum muscle, all right? So off the flats of your feet. So from there, 1, 2, and then you're going to lower for 3. 1, 2, 3. Push hips back up, squeeze in bum. 1, 2 in a hold, and then down for 3, okay? You're going to keep going like that for 10. If you've got a weight and you want to use a weight at the same time, you can do. I just want you to focus on the squeezing in the bum. That's the big part with this, okay? So you're going to do that in terms of a nice and controlled movement. That's your very first exercise, okay? The second exercise is what's going to involve the dumbbell. So we've done pullovers, okay, about a week or so ago, or at some point in the last couple of weeks. Basically, I want you to grip the underneath of the dumbbell like this, under the head of the dumbbell, with a slight bend in the elbows. You're going to lower down backwards, so the main of the movement comes from the shoulder joint, okay? And then you're going to bring the dumbbell back to over your chest, so roughly where your heart is, okay? Don't bring it back any further forward. There's no need to do that. Okay, so there, down towards the floor, and then pull back up, okay? So it's 3, 2, 1, pull back up. Okay, so that's exercise number 2. You got 10 of those as well. Okay, next one up is exercise number 3. This has got both sides involved, okay? So what you're going to do is a hip raise, okay? Now, a very standardized one is going to be 1 foot over the other. Now, I'm going to use a wall because it's easier just to keep my feet in place because I've got a slippy wooden floor, all right? So for us, what the focus is, keep this hip pointing to the ceiling, okay? So whichever the hip is on the top, keep that pointing to the ceiling. You keep the hips pushed forwards, okay? So thumbs push forward, elbow directly below shoulder, okay? So it's in a very solid position. You're going to then push up from the hips and you're going to squeeze the underneath side. You'll feel the muscles contract just above the hip area, okay? If you poke your fingers into them, you'll know that they're working, right? You're going to go up and that's the squeeze you're focusing on. You're going to do 10 one side, 10 the other. Look at where my feet are. The top leg is the foot that's in front. Don't put them the other way round because otherwise the hips will point backwards and you won't get the same effects and you'll just end up with a sore back, okay? If you want an easier version of this, guys, just for a heads up for those of you, because this is hard to do, okay? If you want an easier version, the bottom leg, you bend the knee, okay? The top leg goes over the top, okay? And then from there, you do the same thing. It reduces the resistance, okay? But you'll still work the same. The main thing is that you focus on keeping the body in a straight line, not in a C shape and crunched up like this, okay? If you want to make it easier again, you can do. You can put both legs on top of each other, okay? And do that movement there like this, okay? You'll still fire up the muscles here. Okay, you're going to do 10 each side. So with those 3, you work your way through them, nice and controlled, nice and slow. This is not a fast-paced movement, okay? You're going to go through them 3 to 4 rounds in total, okay? And then you will do the last part, which is the abs exercise section, all right? If anyone needs reminding, I'll remind them as we go, okay? So if you've got a band, Melanie, right, keep that towards your knees, just above your knees. Anyone with the bands, put them just above the knees, okay? Good. If you're using a weight, just put it on your hips, okay? Good, okay, right. So we're going to start 10 glute bridges to start with. Big focus on the squeeze in the bum, driving from the flats of your feet, okay? When you're ready, you can start, okay? If you've got bands on, just make sure you're resisting out, pushing the knees out to the left and the right. Okay, driving up, squeezing that bum, and then control down. Make sure we're getting that 2-second pause at the top. This is not a quick move, okay? It's a very slow and controlled move. We're engaging the glutes properly, okay? If you're unsure if they're firing, poke your fingers into the side of the bum muscles. Then you'll know if they're firing or not. The drill is to get the bum muscles firing. Okay, just get that squeeze in. Okay, once you've done 10 of your glute bridges, you're then into 10 dumbbell pullovers. Just make sure that you have a slight bend in your elbows as you go back. It should be just soft elbows, and the main of the movement is coming from the shoulder joints. Okay, this is not a tricep extension, it's a dumbbell pullover. Okay. So we want a small bend in the elbows and you're pulling back and forth, okay? That's it. Okay, just nice and controlled, slight bend in the elbows, pushing up. That's it. Just over chest and then down again. Okay, just go down as low as you can comfortably get the shoulders to move, all right? We don't want too bent to elbows. We don't want them too bent, guys. So you want to keep them relatively straight with just a shallow crease in them. Okay, once we've got that, then we've got the hip bends, okay, or hip ups if you want to call them hip ups, okay. Just focus on getting the squeeze in the underneath side that's facing the floor, okay. Now, whether you've got one foot over the other pushing up, or whether you're going to do one knee bent, one leg straight, it doesn't matter, okay? If doing them off both legs is too tough, don't do them, okay? And you want nice straight body. Your body should be in a nice straight line, not in a C shape. If you're doing more of a C shape, you're not going to feel it. I'll tell you now, you'll end up with sore backs. Okay, so you want your body in as straight a line as possible. Okay, hips facing the ceiling, or the side of the hip facing the ceiling. That's it. If you need to put a hand in front of you just to help, like, stabilize you, don't worry, that's also fine. Just don't use it to push the main of the weight up. All right. So keep that. What you want to do, Becca, is keep the bottom leg bent. All right. Just bend the bottom leg to 90 degrees and then straighten the top leg out if you can. That's it. That's it. And now push from there. That's it. That's it. Keeping the body in as straight line as possible. That's it. You should be getting that all in the side, just above your hip, on the side that you're raising off the floor. Okay. Once you've done that round, guys, go back to the beginning. Focus on slow, controlled movements again with the glute bridges. Okay, make sure if you've got bands, they just want to be just above the knee. Okay, they don't want to be mid-thigh because they'll slip down. You want them just above the knee. If you're using glute bridges, all right? Pushing hips in the air, squeezing that bum. Okay, focus on the 2-second pause at the top. 3 seconds on the way down. Okay, it's a nice controlled movement. We're looking to keep the hamstrings, so the back of the legs and the bum muscles engaged throughout most of the move. Okay. We're looking good so far, guys. Just keep going. I'll tell you when it's time to stop. All right, we're going to go round about 3, maybe 4 times, okay? The glute bridges, you'll get all in the bum cheeks and all down the back of the legs, okay? So, if you can, Chris, try and grab that dumbbell under the head of the dumbbell, opposed to grabbing the sides. That's it. And then just keep your elbows slightly bent, just slightly though, not massively bent. There, that's it. Yeah, that's it. And then just move from the shoulder joint like that. That's it. That's it. Okay, because it's a pullover and not a tricep extension, because otherwise you won't hit the muscles the same as I want you to. Good work so far, guys. Well done. Good. That's it. Good. Keep going. Those of you doing hip ups, just focus on that pushing up. You're looking to get a squeeze in the side that's lifting off the floor, okay? And we want to keep those hips pointing to the ceiling. You'll know if it's engaging properly because you'll feel the muscles just above the hip firing up and being really solid, all right? You won't be able to poke your fingers in. You'll know if you're getting it right because we're working all the oblique muscles. That's it, good. That's it, good work, VJ. Keep going, mate. Just focus on squeezing that side. That's it, good. Good movement, guys, good. That's it, Ruth, good. If you want to make it harder, Ruth, you can put one arm up in the air. That's it. That's it, good. Just try and keep those bodies in as straight a line as possible, guys. We want to try and really limit making any curves for those hip raises, all right? So just keep those hips pushed forward for the hip raises, all right? Everything in a nice straight line. Okay, so we want to be making sure that we're focusing on, if I'm in that position, okay, you can see me sideways on, okay, if anyone can see me and it's any use to you, from there to there, like that in a line, okay, if one foot's in front of the other, there, down, up. If we're in this angle like this all screwed up, what'll happen is you won't feel it the same, and all you're going to complain of tomorrow is backache, because you're just rocking the hips back and forth. You're not actually working the muscles properly. All right. That's it, good. Those that are doing glute bridges, focus on the squeeze at the top, 2-second hold at the top, okay? Really squeezing hard and then controlled on the way down. Once you've done your glute bridges, you're back into your dumbbell pullovers. Again, remember, all the movement is coming from literally the shoulder joints, okay? The dumbbell pullovers is from the shoulder joint, all right? That's it. Good work. That's it, VJ. Good work, mate. Just keep going. Good work, Scott. Good. Good. Focus on those squeezes, Amy. That's it, VJ. Well done, mate. Just make sure you're keeping that elbow directly below the shoulder for the hip raises. Okay, just make sure you're keeping the elbows below the shoulders, guys, because you want to keep a nice solid base. Okay. Want to make sure that you're in the strongest position possible. So his elbow should be directly by the shoulders. Okay. If you need to use a hand in front of you to stabilize yourself, that's fine. Don't worry. Okay. Just don't use it to lift you. That's all. That's it. Good, Melanie. That's it. Good stability, Ruth. Well done. That's it. That's it. Pushing up through them sides. You're focusing on the squeeze in the side rather than getting height in the hip. Okay. Like I said, we really want to focus on all the squeezes in the muscles on all of these. All right. That's what we're focusing on solely. Okay. Just keep one leg bent, Amy, if it's pulling on the shoulder. Just keep one leg bent. Yeah. Just deload it a little bit less. Just keep one leg bent. That's it. Back leg bent. That's it. But just, you see how your elbow's going up? You're in a slight angle there. So your arm's slightly angling. Just keep it tucked to you a little tiny bit more. Okay. And then push up. That's better. That's better. So all the weight load goes directly through and down. Okay. We're trying to protect the shoulder health, you see. Good work, guys. Keep going. We're nearly there. Got about another 30 seconds or so, and then we're going to move on to the ab stuff. That's it. All right. We got about 10 seconds. Yeah. All right, 10 seconds left then, guys. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Good rest there, guys. Well done. Okay, like I said, that was a bit more slow and steady movements. Okay. Again, if you need water, grab yourself some water quickly. Okay, if you've got a sweaty head, just let me know. All right, we're going to do some ab work now. Okay, So what I'm gonna do is just show you what we're gonna do with each of them. All right. Again, you can do some of this off the floor. The majority is off the floor. If some of you want to use the sofas or a bench, you can do. But it's 30 seconds of each exercise. You're just going to keep going around until I tell you to stop. Okay. We're going to probably do about 3 rounds of these. It should be more than enough for you. So first off, guys, is your plank. Okay. So first one up is a plank position. So your elbow is going to go directly below your shoulders. Okay, you're going to go off your toes, hold there, squeezing bum. Okay, so everything's locked out. Hold it for 30 seconds, nice and tight. If you need to, drop onto your knees. Okay, just keep your hips dropped in. That's the easier version. If you want a harder version, then what you can do is from that position up into the like press up position, back down. So up and back down, okay, if you want to make it harder, okay. So that's the plank holds, all right. The second one is a crossover crunch, okay. Very basic one to start with is feet flat on the floor, okay. So you're going to go from there, taking this elbow to this leg. You're just coming up off the floor about 2 to 3 inches, okay, trying to get that squeeze. Okay, keep your fingers either on temples or on your ears, okay? And we're just trying to get that slight rotation in and a big squeeze in the upper abdominals, all right? Now, if you want to make that a bit harder, raise your feet up. Do exactly the same, okay? If you want to make it harder again, then what you can do is keep those feet up, okay? And then from there, get the squeeze in the stomach, okay? And then just go left and right. Left and right without minimal dropping the shoulders to the floor, okay, because that means that the muscles stay under tension for longer. So that's your crossover crunches. Okay, next one after that is a mountain climber, but it's a very slow mountain climber, okay, so it's not the fast type, this is the really controlled ones, okay, so it's more abdominally based. You're going to go off hands and toes, okay, I'll show you an easier version as well if need be. So off hands and toes like this, you're going to go nice and slow, taking the knee towards the elbow, okay, hands staying below the shoulders, okay, nice and controlled, okay. If anyone needs to make that easier, you can do it off the sofa or a chair or a box, okay, nice and controlled, there, okay, to there. If you want to make it harder, okay, then you can go on all fours like we just did, but instead of taking the knee to the elbow on the same side, you take the opposite side, there. But just nice and slow. I don't want to see anyone going bull and horns at it. I want nice and controlled movement so you get it all in the tummy muscles. All right, so there are your 3 exercises. I'll tell you to tweak them if I feel that they're too easy or too hard for you, okay? Just make sure you do your best and what you can cope with. You'll know you've done these by the time we've done them, all right? So we're going to go around 3 times through, okay? And I'll pop the timer on now because we're going to do 30-second blocks of each, all right? Into position then, guys. Plank to start with, okay? In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Again, your plank position. If you're going off your elbows, then go off your elbows, okay? If you're going plank up and downs, get moving up and down onto your hands, okay? Just make sure those hips are dropped into it, okay? And you're sucking the tummy up into the spine, keeping head in line with the spine as well, okay? Keeping them bums squeezed throughout the whole of the move. 3, 2, 1. Okay, onto your backs. Crossover crunch position, guys. I'll start timer as soon as everyone's in place. Okay, get ready and let's go. Crossover crunches. Feet up if you're making it harder. Okay. If you're making it really hard, then keep your shoulders permanently off the floor and just move left and right. Okay, depends how advanced you are. Okay, everyone's going to have different strengths ultimately. Just focusing on that squeeze again, okay? Really focusing on that squeeze in the abdomen. Okay, you're going to get it mostly in the upper part, maybe a bit in the mid. Okay, just keep those fingers on ears or on temples. Good. Rest there, well done. Switch over into your mountain climber position, guys, whether that's hands off sofa, okay, or hands off floor. Just nice and controlled movement in 3, 2, 1, go. Nice and slow. You don't have to physically touch your knee to the elbow, but just nice and controlled, getting that knee up forwards, okay? If you're feeling adventurous and a bit strong, then you can do the opposite, knee to elbow, okay? Challenge yourself a bit more, okay? But if you're doing it off the sofa, then just focus on taking the knees up to the chest still, best you can, nice and controlled, all right? Just focusing on what you can do. Should feel this in the lower tummy muscles, okay? Good. And rest there. Back over. All right, back ready to plank positions, okay? So you're back into plank position now, okay? Back into plank position, okay? Good. Right, hold there, guys. Okay, as soon as I tell you to switch over, just if you're already in position, just get straight in position and go. I'll tell you when I'm popping the timers on. All right. That's it. Good work, Ruth. Good. Good holding, Chris. Well done. Good. Keep them bums squeezed, everyone. Focus on keeping them butts squeezed throughout. If you need to drop onto your knees, drop onto your knees. There's no problem with that, okay? There's no shame in that. Just push yourself as hard as you can. And drop down into crossover crunches, team. Get ready, go straight away if you're already in position. I'll set the timer on. Okay. If you get straight into the position, just go as soon as you're in position. Give you a bit longer workout time then. Okay, just focus on them squeezes, guys. Nice and controlled. Okay, good. Well done. Right, over to your mountain climbers team. As soon as you're in position, you can go straight away. All right, just go straight away if you're in position. I'll pop the timer on very shortly. Okay, just nice and controlled again. Okay, focus on the control element of it. Okay, you do your very best you can, guys. All right, don't worry about anyone else. Just nice and controlled movements. Excellent work. Good. That's it. Nice. Good. Good to see some of you doing the more advanced ones. Brilliant. Nice and controlled. That's it. Good work, VJ. That's it, mate. Keep them going. 3, 2, 1. Okay, onto the floor, plank position, final round of all of them. So plank position next, okay? We're nearly there, guys, we're nearly there. Plank position. That's it. If you want to push yourself that bit extra, you can do your plank up and downs, okay? Up onto hands if you want and back down again. If you want to push yourself a bit. Okay, that's it. Good work, guys. Good. Well done. Keep going. Keep going. 10 seconds yet. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Well done. Onto your backs then, guys. Crossover crunches. Again, if you feel like you can push yourself a bit more, maybe put your feet up in the air. Or maybe just keep Like shoulders off the floor a bit more and just move left to right. Okay. We just want to focus on really digging deep and getting that tension in the stomach. Okay. Going to build you some nice and strong abs. Okay. Abs are now made at home. They're no longer made in the gym or the kitchen. Good. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Just focus on that squeeze, okay, best you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Well done. Right, mountain climber position, guys. Mountain climbers. Good work, nice and controlled. Brilliant. Keep going, guys, keep going. I'll tell you when. Okay, now's the time to push yourself best you can. Okay. Many as you can. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. You should all know where your midriff is now. You'll know that tomorrow. All right. The good part is when you do legs and you do a big muscle group, it helps stimulate the smaller muscle fibers. So when you train anything like shoulders or anything that needs high volume like abs, that it's always good from a hormonal perspective to train a big muscle group as well prior. Just as a little heads up for you. Good. You all look like you've worked hard. Good. Right, grab some water, wipe your heads down if you need to. Okay, I'm going to stretch off. Okay. I'm going to stretch off now. Okay. Now we're going to get a lovely smiley photo at the end. Right. Okay, guys, let's start with the shoulders. One arm across, one arm up. Let's stretch the shoulders out. Okay, make sure we're stretching all the muscle here. Okay, because I've assisted with a couple of the exercises today. Whilst not being the main workers, I have assisted. So there will have an element of tiredness. So it's always good just to stretch them. Release off and then stretch the other side. Okay. Keep that arm straight. Hold for 10 to 15 seconds. Okay. And then release off. Okay. Good. Okay. We'll do the triceps as well because, again, they've assisted in some of the exercises. So let's put hand on shoulder, one hand on elbow. Just hold there. Count for about 10 to 15 seconds. Okay. And then switch sides for me. Good. Okay, next up, put fingers together. Let's just raise them above your head. Stretch into the ceiling, just reaching for the ceiling. And then what I'd like you to do, if you can, is just gently lean over to one side till you feel a stretch down the side that you're leaning away from. Okay, come back to the middle and then just go over the other side, doing exactly the same. Okay, it's just going to help stretch out the hips. Okay. Good. Well done. Okay, if you've got a solid surface near you, I'd like just to put your hands flat on it, either a door or a wall. Okay, and then I just want you to turn and look away with your head. Okay, so keep your hand flat, arms should be at shoulder level, elbows should be locked out. Should we get to stretch all the way down the chest, all the way to the fingers. And then I want you to release off. And then switch arms, do exactly the same on the opposite arm. Okay, good. Okay, and then from there, guys, then what we want to do, we're going to do a hamstring one first. So back of the leg, so 1 foot forward, just leaning back. Going to stretch down the back of the legs, feet are flat to the floor to start with. And now I want you to raise the toes on the leg that's forwards. And then I want you to release off, do the opposite leg. Same again, start with the foot flat. Okay, good. And then once we've done those, guys, and we've released off there, stand up tall, grab something stable. If you need something just to balance. Now I want you to grab the top of your feet, okay? And I want you to pull your foot towards your bum, okay? Don't pull excessively hard on it, but just pull heel towards bum, squeezing that hip, okay? So squeezing your bum, so you're opening up the hip area, keeping knees together, body nice and upright, best as possible. I want you to do 10 to 15 seconds on one side, 10 to 15 seconds on the opposite side for me. And then we're just going to do one on the floor, okay? And we're going to do 2 different versions. Okay. If you can get down to the floor, just want you to get onto the floor if you can. Okay. And then what I'd like you to do now, depending on your mobility, guys, so don't force this. Okay. Depending on your mobility, one foot forward, and then I'm going to just. So for those of you who've got limited mobility, I want you to put 1 foot forwards. Okay. So you've got like a 90 degree in the front leg, 90 degree in the back. I just want you to focus on squeezing bum and pushing your hip forwards, okay? So for those of you who've got limited hip mobility, I want you to do that. For those of you who've got a bit of flexibility, what I want you to do is the front leg. I want you to bring that across in front of the other leg, okay? And use your hands to stabilize you, okay? And then you're just going to lean gently over, and that's going to then stretch the glute, okay? If you've got the mobility. For those of you who haven't got that mobility there, switch legs and do exactly the same on the other side, okay? So kneeling, just squeezing that bum, pushing hip forward, okay? And then just switch sides for me. So bring that foot back. For those of you that are bringing your legs across, then bring the other foot round, okay? And again, okay? That's it, VJ. Just switch sides again. The ones that are doing it off the knees, just switch sides, okay? Just make sure you're loosening off. That's it, Scott. That's it. Just leaning forwards, mate. Just take that leg back a bit. The back leg, just take it back a bit more if you can. Okay, just leaning forwards. So we're just creating a stretch around the hip joint, all right? And then loosen off there. Good. Well done, guys. Great. Well done. It's all stretched out now. Fantastic work. How are we all feeling?